The azan echoed through the fading Lahore evening, its call piercing hearts. Yet Anaya sat by her window unmoved, staring at the fiery sky. The whole horizon looked aflame, and something inside her mirrored that blaze. Restless, burning, untamed. She had everything a young woman could ask for. A respectable family, good grades, a bright future. And yet, she felt hollow, as though something essential was missing. Her classmates often called her a dreamer. She would lose herself in books, in verses of poetry, in whispered thoughts she never shared. Lately, her diary had become her closest confidant. Pages filled with words she didn't understand herself. She longed for love, but not the shallow love of flirtations and promises. She yearned for something that could consume her, something eternal. One evening in the university library, a folded slip of paper slipped from a book she borrowed. In uneven, hurried handwriting, the words burned into her mind. Love is fire. Step into it, and you'll either burn into ash or rise as light. She laughed nervously at first, then frowned. Who would leave such words? And why did they echo the chaos inside her? The next week, she found another line, scribbled on the margin of a library book. The moth does not fear the flame. It embraces it. Her heart raced. Was someone playing a prank, or was this fate? Days turned into weeks, and the notes kept appearing. In books under her desk, once even in her bag. They weren't declarations of romance, but reflections. About love, faith, fire, destruction, rebirth. And one day she saw him, a tall young man in the corner of the library, his eyes dark, his presence quiet yet magnetic. He was not handsome in the conventional sense, but there was something about the way he carried silence, as though he belonged to another world. His name was Haider. She noticed him watching her once, not with desire, but with curiosity. When their paths crossed, he spoke first. "You read Rumi," he said softly, gesturing at the book in her hand. "Yes," she replied, uncertain. "Then you know that Ishq-e-Atish. Love is fire. It destroys, but it also purifies." Her breath caught. The words from the notes. It was him. From that day, their conversations began. Not long, not frequent, but deep. He spoke of life like no one else did, of trials as blessings, of loss as awakening. He told her of his younger sister Ariba, who had died in a fire accident years ago. That tragedy had burned him, but also forced him to rise from ashes. Since then, he confessed, "Fire has been both my curse and my teacher. It reminds me that this world is fragile, temporary. And it reminds me of the only fire worth embracing, the fire of Allah's love." Anaya had never heard anyone speak like this. Her friends obsessed over careers, clothes, weddings. But Haider? He talked about the soul. And though she feared his words, she couldn't stay away from them. At home, things grew tense.